Chandra Nagamalaya was running for his life. Blood streamed down his arms and torso as he bolted from room 108, the sharp, blinding swings of a machete close behind him. He screamed, voice cracking, as Jordanis Cobos Martinez lunged again and again, hacking with the kind of feral intensity that left no room for mercy. The motel parking lot stretched ahead, a mix of asphalt and scattered morning light, and Chandra's only thought was reaching the front office, to get to his wife, to get to his son, to survive. Jordanis was relentless. Witnesses would later describe him as moving with terrifying focus, his every step fueled by sudden rage over something so small, so meaningless, a perceived disrespect, a need to be addressed directly. But in that moment, reason had no place. Chandra stumbled, nearly collapsing, but pushed forward, dragging his legs across the pavement. Guests who had just begun their mornings froze in horror, phones in hand, capturing the nightmare in real time. By the time Chandra reached the office door, his wife and Guav were stepping out, drawn by the screams. Panic filled their eyes, but it was too late. Jordanis crashed into them, shoving Chandra's family aside as if they were nothing, continuing his attack. Hands grasped, struggled, pulled. Futile resistance against pure, frenzied violence. Then came the unthinkable. Chandra fell to the ground, his body battered, bloodied, the machete rising for the final strike. Seconds later, the unimaginable occurred. Chandra's life ended in a moment of horrifying brutality. Jordanis paused only to rifle through Chandra's pockets, taking his phone and keys before returning to the carnage. And then, in a chilling, almost casual finality, Jordanis removed Chandra's head. He held it, stared at it, and in front of everyone he kicked it across the asphalt like a grotesque soccer ball, finally tossing it into a dumpster nearby. All of it. The running, the screaming, the swings of the machete, the final mutilation, happened in a blur in minutes, captured in excruciating detail by surveillance cameras that would later horrify investigators and the public alike. By 8:35 a.m., Dallas police had closed in on Jordanis Cobos Martinez. Covered in blood and still clutching the bloody machete, he was apprehended just a block away from the motel. Witnesses watched as officers moved in with caution, but he offered no resistance. In his hands, they found Chandra's mobile phone, a grim, tangible link to the carnage he had just wrought. Within minutes, he was in custody, and the scene at the motel slowly began to settle into an eerie stillness, leaving the staff, guests, and Chandra's family in shock. Investigators immediately began processing the crime scene. Forensic teams worked meticulously, documenting the mutilated remains, collecting blood samples, and securing surveillance footage. Cameras from the motel provided an unflinching record of the attack, capturing not only the initial chase from room 108 to the front office, but also the moments after, when Chandra lay on the ground and the attacker paused to rifle through his pockets. In the hours that followed, officers began interviewing witnesses. Guests who had watched in horror recounted the scene with trembling voices. The sheer speed of the attack, the frenzied swings of the machete, and the moment when Chandra's severed head was kicked across the parking lot.
He got over on the top of him, and then he hit him again, hit him on the foot. Then he trying to split. He was going to go vertical, and he was going to try to split his head. But I guess he changed his mind on that, and then he started just whacking at his neck.
Not at all. Because the person that did it didn't seem like he's capable of doing that. Very quiet, cleaned the rooms, went home. That was it. And the guy that was killed, he was nice, was about business, stayed out the way, didn't cause anyone no harm. So. Yeah.
The emotional weight on Chandra's wife and son was immediately evident. Both had tried to intervene, but the scale of violence had been overwhelming. Officers noted their trauma, arranging for immediate support services while continuing the investigation. Meanwhile, the focus turned to Jordanis' background. Police and ICE officials pieced together his criminal history, revealing arrests across multiple states for violent offences, carjacking, indecency, and false imprisonment. Despite this extensive record, he had been released earlier in the year under ICE supervision because Cuba refused to accept him. The revelation sent ripples through the community. How had someone with such a violent past been living freely in Dallas? Investigators quickly realized this was a case not only of a horrific crime, but also of systemic failures that had allowed a dangerous individual to remain on US soil. By late morning, Jordanis was formally charged with capital murder, a crime in Texas that carried the possibility of the death penalty or life without parole. Jordanis was swiftly booked into Dallas County Jail, with an ICE detainer ensuring he remained in federal custody. Media coverage exploded, spotlighting the shocking brutality caught on camera and the public's horror for Chandra's family. Investigators quickly determined the motive: a trivial argument over a broken washing machine that escalated into uncontrollable rage. In the following days, prosecutors prepared a capital murder case backed by overwhelming evidence: CCTV footage, eyewitnesses, forensic proof, and Jordanis' confession, while the community grappled with the enormity of the tragedy. The sheer clarity of the case left little doubt about guilt, but the focus quickly shifted to questions of punishment, mental state, and how someone with such a criminal history had avoided permanent incarceration. Meanwhile, Chandra's family grappled with the unimaginable loss. His wife and son, Guav, were left not only mourning a husband and father, but also processing the trauma of witnessing the attack firsthand. Friends, relatives, and even motel staff came together, offering support, sharing stories of Chandra's warmth, humour, and unwavering dedication to his family and work. Within 3 days, the funeral service was held, a solemn gathering marked by tears, prayers, and memories of a man who had brought kindness into the lives of everyone around him. Community members and strangers alike contributed to an online fundraiser to help cover funeral costs and provide for Guav's future, a testament to how deeply Chandra had touched lives. Legal experts debated mental competency and the potential for an insanity defense, but the defense had little room to contest. Public outrage, fueled by media and social media coverage, focused on the brutality of the murder, Jordanis' violent past, and systemic failures that had allowed him to remain free. The focus of the courtroom would likely be sentencing, with prosecutors pushing for the death penalty and defense possibly exploring insanity claims, though guilt was unquestioned. Ultimately, the Dallas decapitation case became a grim symbol of uncontrolled violence, the need for systemic safeguards, and a testament to Chandra's enduring memory.